everyone. This is not my usual type of video, so if it's a little weird and like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous about this because I'm not used to making these videos, but I just finished the newest FNAF security breach video, and I just have to get some things off my chest. I have some notes here that I'm going to read, so if I'm looking down, it's because of my notes. So I want to start off by saying that I love the FNAF security breach books and all the other books. Like, I've read all of them. I feel like I'm not in focus. Oh my god. My camera's just doing whatever it wants, I guess. I love them, okay? They remind me of the Goosebumps. I grew up reading Goosebumps. I love them. I don't understand the hate that they get. But this book in particular, it kind of upset me. And I'm so surprised at how many people I've seen saying that GGY is a good story. Like, okay. There's so many things I'm confused about, and I have some critiques, and I know I've read a little bit that there's upcoming stories that are going to sort of fix, or not fix, but add more information, I suppose, to GGY and maybe the storyteller. But I'm gonna go based off of what I know just from reading this book. So if there's any like extra information somebody doesn't know, you know, I don't know. But I'm just gonna say what I feel right now after reading the books. Okay. First, starting off with GGY, I think it was a bad story. Just from a purely, not from, like, I know people like it because of the lore reveal, like, Gregory being Patient 46. I don't know how huge that is, because the whole internet's, like, arguing about what that could mean. Like, is he possessed? I don't know. I don't know. That seems to be some people's theory. Some people don't agree. Some people are arguing that it's bad storytelling on security breach's part, but the story is good, and I wholeheartedly disagree. Wholeheartedly. I think it's a terrible story. When I got to the end, okay, I guessed that, Mr. Rabbit was Gregory. I already knew the reveal that GGY, and that it revealed that Gregory was Patient 46, because I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it. I already knew that. So maybe that's what helped me just, like, realize that Mr. Rabbit was Gregory. But I realized it, like, 10 pages before the end. I was like, wait, he never said his friends' names, and the one guy called himself Mr. Rabbit, and then has been going by Rabs, and I feel like that was to throw you off, because if you read Mr. Rabbit too many times, you'd be like, wait a minute, right? So I realized this 10 pages before they even revealed that he was Gregory. But then they reveal that, and then it just ends, right? I don't like that. There was no climax. I feel like there was no tension. I feel like the most tension we got was when he was in the school, and then he heard a noise, right? And then that was basically it. So I don't understand why everyone thinks it's a good story. It's a horror, right? A horror short story, but it felt like it was just a lore dump. That's all it was, and even in that, nobody can even agree what it means, I feel like. So I just don't like it. I don't like the story. Let's see. And then, like, okay, my other issue is that, like, okay, so, if he's possessed, right, by William, I'm assuming, then why is he hacking into the games and giving himself the top high score? Was William just bored after messing up the animatronics code and like, yeah, I got some time, let me just hack into some of the games, not all of the games, just some of them, and give myself like a super huge high score? Why? I don't get it. It just feels like they added that as a cute little Easter egg in the game. Like, if you look at some of the arcade games in there, you'll see GGY and you're like, oh, Gregory, right? And then they put it in the book for a reason for Tony to want to start investigating it in the first place. That's what I feel like. I don't know. But, okay, now the storyteller. Let's move on to the storyteller. That story is very confusing to me. I did finally, because I'm trying to, like, read all these Reddit posts and stuff, and everyone's just talking about what Gregory being Patient 46 means. And I'm like, I wanted to read more about what everyone's thoughts on all the other stories were, too. I like to do that. And it just wasn't a lot. I did read, right before getting on, some people talking about the storyteller in the next book coming out and some information, but I'm not even gonna go into that right now. I need to study that a little bit more, I suppose, but I'm just gonna go off of what I wrote down before I read that. So, what do the notes mean? And why was the animatronic a tiger? Why a tiger? Is it supposed to be... It feels like, to me, it's supposed to be either the mimic or like a representation of William Afton, or like Springtrap, Burntrap. Is it? I don't know. And I'm assuming Edwin. Edwin gives me the vibe that he's supposed to be a representation of Henry. Like, he saw the little kid, and I thought maybe, like, it's like, Charlotte, or his daughter Charlie, dying, and, like, that's what he kind of thought of, and, like, his flashbacks, they don't ever go into what he's seeing, what he's, like, remembering, right? So, I'm not really sure, is he a representation for Henry? What was he writing? Why was he writing, "I'm sorry"? It reminds me... Him writing those notes reminds me a little bit of I think it was the first ever FNAF book. It's been a long time since I read that book. But I think it was in the first one where one of the male characters gets stuck in the ghost dimension. And then the kids are writing on the papers and, like, he learns how they died. I don't know if that's related, but that is what it reminds me of. I think I did read somebody said that it's confirming the notes written in the post-it note room. But I thought that, like... I think Matt Pat talked about it recently, that it was definitely Gregory who wrote those. So then who's Edwin? It's not in the post-it note room, it's inside that tree. I don't understand, okay? So now, we'll get on to the best part of this book, which is the conclusion to the Bobbiedots story from the book before. I loved it, 10 out of 10. I thought the first part was great. It really got me hyped for the next book. I was trying to, like, almost speed read, I feel like, through the rest of this book because I was so excited for the conclusion. And it really came through. I think my only critique is that I wish that when the Bobbiedots turned evil, they said something. They were like, "We hate humans," I don't know. Something evil. They had so much dialogue, and then for the end they didn't say anything before they were over. I liked the book. I just wish... or the story. I like the story. I just wish there's a little bit more of a, oh my god, I am so out of focus. For what? For what reason? Please come back. Okay, thank you. I don't want to edit it. I don't want to have to edit this video. Just want to get my thoughts out and be done. So, I thought the ending where they were, now that I'm saying it, I think it's a little weird. I thought the ending where they were fixing up the Gen 1 Bobbiedots, or whatever they're called. I guess. I mean, I don't really care for it. I feel like it could have ended... We get GGY, which ends so abruptly, and I just feel like there should have been more tension where Tony's about to die, like, he does die, right? So, we get right when he's about to die and then it ends, right? That would add some horror element to it, right? But this one I feel like went on a little too long. Like, get rid of that end part. Like, they survived, that's it. Like, it's fine, he got a happy ending, he gets to live with Sasha. I guess. But, yeah, I like this story, I do. Very small critique for me, okay? So, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm really hoping I get some views on this so we can have some conversation. I would love to see comments down below. I just didn't get any conversation, I feel like on Reddit and reading these things, about the rest of the stories, and, like, more, I want more conversation, I guess, about it. So, let me see. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's basically the end of my notes. I'm just hoping that, I guess we get more information, because I don't feel like these stories typically ever, I mean, in the first series, I cannot remember what they're called. Doesn't matter. Before these ones, the Security Breach books, we had the other series that I cannot remember the name of right now. And those were all linked through that last final ending story. And so, I feel like those were kind of connected. You get a little bit more information based off of like that, but I feel like all those stories, I'm like rambling because I did not write this on my notes. Okay, I feel like those stories, they just ended. You didn't really get any other further stories later on that like gave more information on the past stories, I feel like, from what I can remember. So, are we gonna get that much more information that clears up the previous stories, like people on Reddit are saying with the new Tiger Rocks, I think is what it was called? I don't remember what they said the upcoming book was. I just don't know. I will say, I do like how, not gory, but how much more intense these last little snippets of, I don't know what you call them, at the end of the book. Those partial stories you get at the end of each book. I really, really like them. They're pretty horrifying for me. I did not expect Aiden to die. I thought these four, Aiden, Jace, Kelly, and what's her name, Lacey, I think. I really liked them as characters, but now with Aiden dead, I feel like Jace is gonna make it out alive, and maybe Kelly. I feel like Lacey, if that's her name, is probably gonna die. I don't know, because how many more books do we have coming out? I don't know how many more there is. I think there's at least 2 more coming out. So, might I get 2 more deaths? I don't know. But I guess that's all. I guess that's my thoughts for now. And so, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Alright, bye. Thanks for sitting here through my rambling.